Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. Today we will be discussing Joe Biden's address to the nation and how it was a complete fucking disaster. So yeah, let's just get into it. So Joe Biden, a little bit ago, he was addressing the nation. A lot of people suspected that he was gonna talk about how he dropped out of the race and why he did it, and maybe that he was stepping away from the presidency. He pretty much did none of those. He said that he was going to remain as president and didn't really talk about why he dropped out of the race. He was kind of pissed off from the Democrats because they essentially booted him out of a rightful nomination that he earned. And really, Joe Biden, he was completely demented the whole time. I mean, he barely even blinked, and he had that traditional Joe Biden stare where it kind of looks like a deep fake or like he's not even alive. Like they just got two clothespins and then peeled his eyes open so he could look at the camera. He was looking at a teleprompter the whole time. You could even see in the reflection in the window. It doesn't display at all that he's still functional. They don't really care about that anymore because he's not in the race anymore. So it can't really prove that he's actually alive. Just get him up there, get the teleprompter, have him say his words. I mean, he fumbled over pretty much all of his words, but he said them, maybe not coherently, but he still said the thing on the teleprompter. That's all they needed. Just get him out of there, then hide him in the closet so he doesn't fuck up anymore. So, what does this mean for the race? Definitely not working for Kamala because Joe Biden essentially did what the debate did to him, which is prove that he was completely senile and all the talks of how he's this amazing active guy behind doors. He's doing handstands, writing calculus problems, and solving the meaning of life behind closed doors. That's completely bullshit. He walks up there completely demented. I mean, it's past his bedtime, so you're kind of expecting it. And he just walks up there, sits down, staring with all the drugs in his head, and then you can tell that he slowly starts to get a little bit more dazed as time goes on. I mean, it's only 13 minutes, but the drugs start wearing off and he starts almost sleeping by the end of it. And I thought he was actually sleeping for half of it because his eyes start closing and then they shoot right back up and then they start closing again and then you almost think that he's going to fall asleep during the address and then they shoot right back up and he's staring directly at you and it kind of doesn't even look like he knows where he is. It's just like read the teleprompter, Joe, and you get ice cream, and he's really excited. That's why his eyes are open so much. Or maybe they drugged the ice cream. Who cares? Joe Biden, he's still the president. I don't know why he's still the president. That's going to be a big issue for Kamala Harris because she needs to answer for Joe Biden. And if that man that we saw on TV, if that is the president and that will be the president for the next 6 months, Kamala is going to need to answer to that because if he can't be the president for the next 4 years, why is he the president right now? Why is he able to be the president specifically right now so Kamala doesn't have to be president, but the next 4 years he can't be president at all? Why is that different? Why is it so different right now when he's clearly dementia riddled and he can't form a coherent sentence? So why is he still the president? It doesn't make any sense at all, and that's going to be a big issue for Kamala because they're always talking about how we believe in democracy, democracy, we're a democracy. It doesn't make any sense because one, you're an unelected nominee and you were only selected because A, you're a diversity hire, and B, your boss is a complete dementia patient. And also, why is Joe still president? Why not just 25th Amendment him and get him out of there? He's clearly senile. You've recognized that. And Joe, he's not going to mention it during his address because as soon as he does, he's going to get kicked out of the White House because they're going to have to admit that he's dementia riddled, which is kind of a big deal because then talks are in where you're going to have to kick him out of the White House. Otherwise, you're going to be seen as a hypocrite. Not that they care about it, hypocrisy at all, but still, it's kind of a big issue. And really, Joe, this really changed nothing outside of hurting Kamala's chances at the presidency. We already knew that he was dementia riddled. We already knew that he clearly is senile and can't form coherent sentences and pretty much goes off of the teleprompter. If the teleprompter was never invented, he couldn't form any sort of sentence whatsoever. And this proved absolutely nothing that he was still alive. He wanted to go out in a fiery fit of American fury, and what we got was a complete senile old man bumbling over his words, delivering essentially a resignation letter for the nomination. And it was not only confusing, it was not only weird to watch, it was also kind of sad because, I mean, Joe, he's being kept in this White House by his family and the Democrats because they don't want Kamala in the White House because they know she would fuck everything up. And it's kind of bordering on elder abuse. This has been a talking point for a while, and really, it's a valid point. Why are they keeping Joe Biden in the White House? I mean, he's clearly too old to do it, and mentally he's just not there. Get him out of the White House. He's clearly not up for the job, but they don't care because as soon as you kick him out of the White House, then you have to deal with President Kamala, which they know that would be a shit deal, and it would pretty much kill any chances of her actually being a successful president or even winning the election. And it would give a ton of fodder to Donald Trump, which this address is already going to give a ton of material to Donald Trump because he's completely senile. I mean, look at him. He's old and decrepit. Can't close his eyes at all because as soon as he does, he falls asleep. Really, this is going to be a complete shit show because just looking at him, I mean, he's wide-eyed. He can't. It just looks so unnatural. It's so fucking weird. I don't want to look at this anymore. It's creepy. Imagine seeing this at night. You would be shitting your pants. I mean, he doesn't look natural at all. No wonder why people thought this was AI. He looks creepy and decrepit. He can't get through a 13-minute speech where he's reading off a teleprompter. He can't get through, what, 30-second videos where they have to have 5 cuts because he's reading the teleprompter and keeps fumbling over his words. I'm shocked he even got through 13 minutes of this crap. I mean, he still kind of failed at it, but at least he performed it somewhat coherently. That's not really expecting much, but with Joe Biden, it's expecting the world. But I'll see you guys later. Bye.